Good, yeah. Yes, guys, listen, thank you so much for them comments, you know, like, it surprised me. I'm just hearing a response back on that, like, I'm getting major, like, excited about it, to be honest with you. It means a lot. What I want to do is, the whole reason for me starting this music thing, because in here we've got nothing, lads who come to jail, they know the score anyway. IPP's, it's a sad, sad state. I know people are going on about it, this and that and the other, whatever, but for us it's personal, and I want people to understand out there why I'm doing this music and what my message is in this music. You know, the IPP is getting forgot about now, and it's painful, man. It's sad, because you've got to understand that you've got nearly 10,000 people that got sentenced this sentence. So externally, when you push that forward, that's thousands, tens of thousands of sisters, sons, brothers, mums, uncles, family members, and there's lads that are sat there suffering to this day badly. And I had a lot of messages before I did a certain song, it went viral, hit like 100k in 3 days. I'm going to put that one back up soon. But one of the biggest things I was getting, like, what's IPP? Don't even know what IPP is. And it hurt me. That I'm like, what is it? Man that's sat in jail suffering, families out there suffering. There's a lot of people out there, especially young people, don't even know what this sentence is. So I want you to bear with me for a couple of minutes to try and explain a couple of things, because a lot of people are asking questions like, what is this sentence, what's it about, blah, blah. So in 2005, Labour government brought in a sentence called the IPP, Indefinite Public Protection. So it was meant to be set up in a case of when you've got lads who've done serious violent offences, serious sexual offences, and are repetitive, and it hits a certain, like, severity that they think, right, now you're going to get a life sentence with a little tariff. So if I was to get a 9-year sentence and slash it in half, normally you do whatever and then you get out and do the other half. With an IPP, you've got a parole date, so they slash it in half and they've got a parole date, which in principle is a good thing. But when you actually look at the criteria behind it all and what the actual thing they were setting up, it was flawed fundamentally from the start. So it wasn't until 2012, almost 7 years later, that they recognised onto this, because in order for an IPP to progress, they've got to prove that they're no longer a risk to the public. And then from that to happen, they've got to do courses, which in turn now, 20 odd years later, I've actually come to find that these courses don't do anything. They don't actually help people progress. You know, it's a way to sell to the public that we're doing this job and we're doing this and the other. But if you know them courses or you've been in jail, you know they don't stand for nothing at all. And it's just a way to keep shackles around your ankles, to keep them manning longer. And so that was fundamentally flawed. So lads was waiting past the tariff to get into a jail to do a course, and then the waiting list for that. By the time they come up for the parole, a lad would say he nicked a phone. I'm not justifying any kind of criminality whatsoever. You walk down the path you walk down in life, you know, it is what it is, you live and learn. I'm 36 now, and I've learned a lot. I was 23 when I come away, you know, and I'm in for an armed robbery, by the way, when I was a young little gangbanger. It's not me anymore, man. I just want my music, I want to get out, spend time with my family before I lose them, and have a bit of a life, you know. But for these people, they just want to keep them shackles on, just want to keep you trapped. What I want to ask people to do is, look into IPP a little bit, please, I beg you. If you like the music, just spend like 10-15 minutes, go on a couple of pages, you know, Ungrip, wicked charity, set up by Donna Mooney. Shout out to her, you know, beautiful woman, sadly, God rest his soul, a brother took his life, so she said, look, I can't help him no more, but I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life to helping every other IPP. And just to go back a second, in 2012, it got took to the Court of European Rights. They sacked it. They said this sentence is unlawful, it's inhumane, and they scrapped it from the law books. It then took 9 years. 9 years of people petitioning, 9 years of charities like Ungrip, 9 years of reports done by IMB, by Prison Trust, by all these people, in order for Parliament to go, you know what, they're not going to forget about this, we're going to have to look into it. They then set a review up, a 73-page document. The review turns around and says, you need to re-sentence these guys. And don't get me wrong, there's some serious predators on this charge, you know, serious predators on this sentence, on this IPP. You've got some really bad people. A majority of us, we just made that one mistake, you know, and you can't judge a man by that one mistake, because it's about his action afterwards that counts. You know, we all make mistakes in life, and whoever you are that's never been in jail or never been in cells or never had that life, you're one mistake away from getting that, and you don't want the judgment that I've had and many other people have through that, you know. So yeah, they overturned it, and then we waited nine years and some to get this report in. The 73-page document said re-sentence them all, get it over out of the way. We all thought, yeah, wicked, we're going home to his family. You've got to imagine how it felt for me, for them other people. Thankfully, I've got my music, you know, I've discovered that, and that's given me my channel, you know, I channel things through that. There's a lot of other kids, they haven't got that, you know, it's not a case of that. So, yeah, basically the government had the chance, and then what have they done? they've wiped their mouth with it. Dominic Raab says, nah, I'm not resentencing them, I'm leaving them. So now I've decided, well, you know what? Pardon the French, fuck it. I'm going to do my music, I'm going to put it out there, try and get as much awareness as I can. So, sorry if I've ranted on a little bit, but it's close to me, it's passionate for me, you know. And I hope that's opened your eyes a little bit. Keep the comments coming, more tunes will be on the way.